Hey guys, it's Mike here, and as we know, a new Dragon Ball Super feature-length movie is scheduled to be released in Japan this year. Now, although we don't know a whole lot about what will be happening in the film as of now, what we do know about it has made me intrigued and in some ways excited to see how this plays out. However, one aspect of this movie which is giving me some pause and cause for concern is what appears to be the new villain of this film. This currently unnamed character, who many fans are dubbing the New Saiyan, appears in the teaser trailer for the movie, in which we see he and Goku squaring off as Goku charges the New Saiyan and their fists clash. And while this is a cool moment of action and many fans are excited about seeing a powerful, badass New Saiyan, I'm wary of his level of power. After all, we know that this film will take place after the events of Super, while likely covering events which happened in Saiyan history. By this point in the story, Goku is incredibly powerful, more so than any Saiyan who came before him, and the only ones to truly rival him have been Vegeta, the Saiyan Prince, and to a lesser extent his own son Gohan, both of whom Goku would go on to surpass again and again. This is a Goku who has gone through intense training not only while alive on Earth, but in the afterlife with a dead body, in a special dimension of time, and with Whis, an angel who trained a god of destruction. All of this pushed Goku to such a level of power that even his base form alone is stronger than pretty much every single hero and villain who existed in Dragon Ball Z. Yet now we're supposed to believe that some random Saiyan can even begin to rival base Goku? That's really pushing suspension of disbelief right out the door. Even the very existence of this Saiyan is really questionable, considering how we've been told time and time again that the only full-blooded Saiyans to survive in Universe 7 were Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa. Even the existence of Tarbell has been all but erased since Dragon Ball Super began. So how can this new Saiyan even exist? Now, some are saying perhaps that he comes from Universe 6, and he's one of those rare evil Saiyans that were hinted at by Cabba, but even then, the strongest Saiyans are said to be Cabba, Kale, and Caulifla, with none of them even knowing what Super Saiyan was until it was literally shown to them. However, with this new Saiyan, he's clearly being depicted to be powerful, enough so that he can challenge Goku, and he even has a transformation of his own, so how is this possible? Now, throwing away all of the logical issues behind his very existence, I think a bigger problem would be that he may be too powerful. And what I mean by this is that if this new Saiyan comes into the story out of nowhere and is a match for Goku at his current level of power. And the reason I think that this would be a negative is that it would devalue everything we've seen in Super even further. Now, Goku's training throughout Z has pretty much been made to seem like a total joke at this point, since every new character is automatically league stronger than he was in that series. And as more and more characters were introduced, such as during the Universe 6 tournament and the Tournament of Power, many of whom constantly force Goku to use his Super Saiyan Blue form, Goku's training under Whis has become less special as well. But in the Tournament of Power, Goku also leveled up significantly, increasing his power and also tapping into the complete Ultra Instinct. Now just imagine if this new Saiyan can come along and just match Goku and push him to his limits. Wouldn't that seem really contrived and frankly ridiculous? Now imagine further if this new Saiyan is also so strong that he makes Goku use Ultra Instinct, something that only the fusion of Kale and Caulifla, as well as Jiren, a being stronger than a god of destruction, could accomplish. This Saiyan may even be proclaimed as the most powerful warrior Goku has ever faced, and put Jiren's full power to shame. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm sure most fans can totally see this happening. No doubt with Vegeta rushing to attack him in his Blue Evolution form, getting his butt handed to him by yet another villain, and with Goku being pushed to the edge and having to transform into Ultra Instinct once again. I'm sure that a lot of people are even excited for this idea, and will rise to their feet and applaud the film in their theaters, screaming how awesome it is, and proclaiming the Saiyan to be badass. But when it's at the cost of all of this buildup of Goku's new rivals and his training, and much of what was established in the entire Super series which came before this, is it really something that we can say is good? Will a few minutes of Goku and the Saiyan having a cool fight with awesome animation be worth the sacrifice in story integrity and pushing the bounds of suspension of disbelief so far that it reaches all the way to Zeno's palace beyond the multiverse itself? I don't think I could find myself agreeing there. Super. So ultimately, this is why I think that the new Saiyan should not be overpowered, because not only will it just create that feeling of rinse and repeat villain of the week that we had with the prior DBZ movies, but it will also diminish the impact and importance of a number of characters and events from Dragon Ball Super, the anime series which this film still carries the banner of. It will feel like straight up fan service, taking a member of the most popular and profitable race in Dragon Ball, giving him his own marketable new transformation, and having him surpass all others. That's something that belongs in a video game or a series like Dragon Ball Heroes, not a movie that carries on the story of Dragon Ball Super. Because in the end, I think it would take all of those interesting new rivals and elements that Super established, and unfortunately render many of them completely irrelevant. And certainly I understand that considering how this franchise has been set up, it's hard to create tension when a character cannot face Goku and push him to his limits, but at the same time I think maybe it would be for the best to not do that in this case. And I would really like to move past this cycle of taking the previous most powerful enemies and rivals and then reducing them to nothing more than furniture in the background. But for all we know, this new Saiyan won't even fight Goku at all, and will exist only in flashback form. And the reason we see he and Goku clashing is more to represent how diametrically opposed current Goku is to the Saiyans of the past. And while that does sound like an interesting idea for a trailer concept, it doesn't sound like something a lot of fans would be happy with come the final product, and might seem more like a bait and switch. So what do you guys think? Do you think the new Saiyan should push Goku to his limits and should be able to fight him at Ultra Instinct? Or do you think maybe he should be weaker for the reasons I mentioned? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you could see all of my content right away when it comes out.
Yeah, and you better subscribe, enable those damn notifications.